I thought I was distracted for maybe an hour a day. Not a big deal. Everyone checks their phone sometimes. I was wrong. For 30 days, I tracked every single distraction in my life, every phone check, every notification, every mindless scroll, every moment I quietly abandoned what I was doing without even noticing. By the end, the number wasn't just high. It was the kind of number that makes you sit back in your chair and stare at the wall for a minute. And the strangest part isn't how much time I lost. It's what it was actually costing me instead. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to want to track your own. Here's how it started. I didn't think I had a distraction problem. I thought I had a discipline problem, like if I just tried harder, sat up straighter, wanted it more, I'd focus. That's the story most of us tell ourselves. So I built a simple rule set. Nothing fancy, a notebook, a phone counter, and brutal honesty. Every unnecessary phone check, logged. Every social media session, even that just checking one thing once, logged. Every notification that pulled my eyes away from what I was doing, logged. Every time I switched tasks without meaning to, opening a new tab, answering a random message mid-task, logged. Every stretch of pure mind wandering, staring somewhere between the screen and nothing, logged. 30 days. No exceptions. No, this one doesn't count. I expected the first week to be mildly embarrassing. But after the first week, I noticed something I wasn't expecting at all. Day 1, I told myself I'd be honest but forgiving. I figured I'd log maybe 20, 30 distractions a day. That felt like a fair, slightly flawed but normal number. By day 3, I stopped predicting. I just tallied. Checking the phone before I'd even consciously decided to. Opening Instagram and realizing, 3 scrolls in, that I hadn't chosen to open it, my thumb had. A notification banner sliding down mid-sentence of an email, and my whole train of thought derailing with it. Tabs. So many tabs. I'd search one thing, and 10 minutes later I'd be reading about something completely unrelated, with no memory of the click that got me there. Here's the pattern interrupt. The moment that actually stopped me cold wasn't a big number. It was one specific entry in my notebook, a distraction logged 11 minutes into a task I'd promised myself I'd focus on for at least 30. 11 minutes. That was my real attention span. Not the one I believed I had. The one the data was showing me. Here's where it got uncomfortable. I assumed social media was the villain of this story. It's the easy answer, block the apps, win the war. But when I actually looked at when the distractions happened, a different pattern showed up. The distractions spiked right before hard tasks. Not during boring ones. Before hard ones. That's not a phone problem. That's an avoidance problem wearing a phone-shaped disguise. Think about it like this, your brain is a toddler in a grocery store, and difficulty is the vegetable aisle. It doesn't need to dislike vegetables to want to leave, it just needs literally anything more interesting nearby. And your phone is sitting right there, in the next aisle over, practically glowing. Every distraction was a tiny escape hatch, a way to get a small hit of something instead of sitting in the discomfort of this is hard and I don't know if I'm doing it right. That's the dopamine piece. Not, phones are addictive, in some vague sense, but that uncertainty and effort feel bad, and a notification feels instantly, reliably good. Given a choice between the two, most brains, most of the time, will take the good feeling. The habit loop wasn't really, I'm bored. It was, this is hard, and I want out. So week 3, I stopped trying to white-knuckle my way through willpower, and I started changing the environment instead. Phone moved to another room during deep work blocks. All non-essential notifications, off. Social media apps deleted from the home screen, not the phone, just the home screen, so I'd have to choose to go find them. A website blocker for the worst offenders during work hours. One task at a time. No second monitor tab open, just in case. An actual scheduled deep work sessions, not, I'll focus today, but a specific 50-minute block, on the calendar, like a meeting with myself. Did it work immediately? No. Day 1 of the new rules, I caught myself walking to the other room to just grab my phone for a second 4 separate times. My hand reached for a pocket that had nothing in it, out of pure muscle memory. But by day 4 or 5, something shifted. The reaching slowed down. Not because I'd developed some superhuman willpower, but because I'd made the distraction harder to reach than the focus. That's the whole trick, and it's less glamorous than it sounds. Here's the comparison, and to be clear, these are my logged numbers from my personal experiment, not a clinical study. Illustrative of what I tracked, not a universal claim about your brain. Before, in week 1, distractions happened, by my count, roughly every 10 to 12 minutes during work. Deep, uninterrupted focus rarely lasted longer than that 11-minute stretch I mentioned earlier. After, in week 4, the gap between distractions had roughly tripled. Real focus stretches started reaching 30, sometimes 40 minutes before my attention naturally needed a break. Phone checks dropped sharply once the phone physically left the room. Social media time, once I removed the one-tap access, fell to a fraction of where it started, not to 0, but enough that quick check stopped being quick. The number that mattered most to me wasn't any of those, though. It was this: by week 4, I finished tasks in the time I'd actually scheduled for them. In week 1, that basically never happened. 3 things this experiment taught me that I didn't expect. Lesson 1, the biggest distraction isn't always your phone. Sometimes the phone is just the nearest exit. The real distraction is whatever you're avoiding. Lesson 2, most distractions begin before you consciously realize you're distracted. By the time you notice you're scrolling, you've already been scrolling for a while. The moment to intervene is earlier than you think, at the environment level, not the willpower level. Lesson 3, the goal was never to eliminate every distraction. That's not realistic, and honestly, it's not even healthy. The goal is to make distractions slightly harder, and focus slightly easier, and let that small tilt do the work over time. If you want to try a smaller version of this yourself, here's a simple 7-day version. Day 1, just track. Every distraction, no judgment, no changes yet. Day 2, look at your log and find your single biggest trigger. Day 3, turn off every notification that isn't a real emergency. Day 4, physically move your phone out of reach during one work block. Day 5, build one real distraction-free block, even just 25 minutes. Day 6, pick your worst habit loop and swap in one small alternative. Day 7, review what changed, and redesign your space around what actually worked. Nothing on this list requires an app, a course, or a $40 planner. It requires a notebook and honesty. If you want to understand where your attention is really going, and start building a system that helps you take it back, subscribe to DeepWork Flow. This channel is about experiments like this one, real, personal, occasionally uncomfortable, always useful. Because the next experiment might be even more uncomfortable than this one. Next up, I quit social media completely for 30 days. Not reduced it. Quit it. What happened to my attention span, my mood, and, weirdly, my memory, might surprise you. I'll show you everything. Next video.